History is a topic that expands for millennia, including stories of triumph and victory, including tales of loss and sadness. It would take a thorough, in-depth video for somebody to explain it all. This is not that video. This is the entirety of U.S. history explained with food. I'm not very smart. Alright, so this is Britain. They started taxing us because, oh no, like we're supposed to have money as a country, but we don't like taxation. We hate the IRS or the uh, Britain IRS thing. So we're like, okay, I'm going to Virginia. What's Virginia, might ask? It's America land or McDonald's land. This is a McDonald's video sponsored by McDonald's, even though I'm going to be slandering their name for the entire thing. So, now that that's all done, McDonald America is popping off in the United Burger Kingdom so they're like, okay, we're gonna take 90% of your profits, sir, and in return you get absolutely nothing. So we're like, nah, I'm gonna fight you. And then Britain's like, bro, I'm literally like, I've taken over every country. What are you gonna do? And then we did it. But now, oh no, we have to run a country. We don't know how to do that. We know how to make bad hamburgers that are almost food. Well, get this. We come together and make the best system ever made. The Articles of Confederation. Wait, no, that one sucks. So we make the best system of government ever. The Constitution. And this one doesn't suck. So there's two parts of America land. There's the North and the South. And then there's also the West, but that doesn't matter for now. Manifest Destiny. They're going to like California for like golden archers or something. It's not important to what I'm talking about right now. So the North is really, really against slavery, right? We're actually cracked. We understand. They're absolutely brutalizing these slaves. And then the South, they love slaves. I mean, it's not a bad thing if you don't say it is, right? Right? Oh no, the North is absolutely livid. What should we do, guys? Well, I'll tell you what they did. Absolutely nothing until Abraham Lincoln was elected. So now there's a bunch of political tension, right? Whoever who wins this would decide the fate of the country. So the South does the reasonable thing and isn't part of the country. They just leave. They create their own thing called McDonald's. I mean, what is the North supposed to do, right? Alright, so now the North and the South are going on it. Nick and McDonald's, they are actually clashing, bro. One side wins. And if you want to know why we're not part of the Confederacy, it's because they lost. Yeah, they got absolutely destroyed in almost every battle. I mean, they were over here like putting like Sherman's bow ties on all of our like grease traps or something. It didn't matter. They got absolutely destroyed. I don't care how many semi-trucks you derail. We are the best. We are America. We are cracked. There is nothing that is going to stop us from making almost cheeseburgers with half the double the calories. So now we've rebuilt it. I mean, the whole entirety of America was destroyed. And like even though the South is still technically doing slavery, they're not doing slavery, right? They're just like they're lying about not doing slavery. It's basically the exact same thing, but slightly, and I mean slightly better. No, it's not. It's the exact same, except the South is just fully lying about it, just talking and yapping. They're not doing anything, right? So now the North gets angry again. And then okay, the South is like, okay, we'll separate blacks and whites so that the whites can stay the superior race. Don't worry, it is equal, except it's not at all. I don't even have an analogy for this one. Like, how am I supposed to do anything? Like, how am I supposed to describe segregation with McDonald's? I don't know. This whole analogy is falling apart. This whole video just turned from turned from a bad joke to an even worse history lesson. I mean, it doesn't matter. So now it's World War One, and well, in Europe started absolutely destroying each other. And do you know what America did, being the global power that it is now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They did not do anything until Germany stepped in, and then they're like, hey, why don't we do that? Listen here, buddy. Why don't we kill the country that is way bigger and stronger than we are right now? That'll work completely fine and will not get us killed. I can't even understand the thought process behind it. I mean, of course, they didn't win. I can tell you that. After being bullied by everybody in Europe, isn't that so fun? And then now there's this big group of a bunch of countries, and then they're like, hey, America's one of the strongest countries right now. Why don't we ask them to join? Can you guess what America said? Being free from other countries, being its own thing. Yeah, they said no, but saying no, it didn't really matter because, well, now there's the Soviet Union, and if you don't know what that is, it's dangerous to us. Yeah, you know how Germany was trying to kill a way bigger and stronger country than they were because America was on top and nobody could beat them? Yeah. Well, there's a new person on top now, and they're not very friendly. But it doesn't matter, because America's having all of its own problems. Like prohibition. Now you can't have beer with your Big Mac. I mean, those two, it's alliteration. You can't have one without the other, okay? It doesn't work at all. There's no possible reason that you shouldn't be able to have beer, except there's a lot of reasons, and it made a lot of sense. Didn't matter because it didn't work anyways. So America, being the great country that it is, decided to backpedal on the whole, not having beer and your fucking 20-piece chicken McNugget. So now that you're allowed to have beer again, everything will be fine. And then there was the Great Depression. Then there was the Great Depression. Okay, so then Teddy Roosevelt, being the absolute goat that he is, just decides to, start fixing the country. He's doing everything. And there's this Hitler guy. We don't care about him, okay? He's I don't care what Adolf Hitler's doing. We have our own stuff, okay? And this Hitler guy does not like us, mostly because at this point, not most countries do not like America, and they still don't. Alright, so at this point, I totally inaccurately described what an arms race was. So instead, I'm going to describe it now while talking over myself. An arms race, yeah, that was Pearl Harbor. So an arms race is where instead of two countries just fighting, they work to get better technology, more weapons than the other one. So if a war did break out, they would just, the other person would win, or they would win. Pearl Harbor, that's a totally fine thing to joke about. It's not sad if you don't make it sad. This is not a good video. Alright, and then for this next part of the video, guess what I did? I lost the footage! No way! How do you do that? I know. Calm down, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm a magician. But, so I didn't actually get to the point where I described anything past Pearl Harbor. So, yeah. So, please don't hinder my grade for this. I can't do this. This is really hard. I'm sorry. Bye. Also, please don't watch any of my other videos if you're watching this and if you're my history teacher. Bye.